Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. For supportive oracle cards, Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Okay. Let's go ahead and okay. Alright. Well, one more pushing out from the bottom. I almost think that somebody's trying to hold a secret. Alright, we'll see who is, but I'm getting like this secret feel going on here. Let's find out where that goes. Starting off with the situation, you got Flamingo and you got Pig Spirit. I think this card is very pretty. I think it's a really beautiful card. So I think there's a lot of beauty with the pig. I think pig talks to like beauty is eye of the beholder. Like it depends on what you see beautiful. It says here, use your mind wisely. I think this has a lot to do with perception too. I really do think this has a lot to do with perception. And I'm getting Flamingo Spirit with you. It says embrace the in-between, but I feel like there's a showmanship here. Kind of like you want to be a part of something, you want to be seen at this time. But it's also like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and to be aware of that and what's going on around you. So one situation may not be that favorable to you, where another may be. Like, be careful who you're around. You're showing yourself. I feel like you're showing yourself. You're showing your colors. You're having a good time. But be aware of who you're around. Certain people are very responsive and happy and, conducive to your energy. Other people are not. So if people aren't acting positively towards you, instead of letting that be a problem, gravitate towards those who already are positive towards you. That's where we're starting off. We have the brown bear spirit in the environment. Now, take time out. The bear spirit always seems very strong to me and I feel like the bear moves forward when it needs to. The point has been made to me that, brown bears, they're not usually looking for a fight, but they'll defend what they need to. I'm getting this energy where somebody around you is just not responding to you. Be aware of somebody who just doesn't seem to be responsive. They just seem to be very deadpan, like there's no expression. If somebody's acting that way to you, distance yourself from them for a little while. Even if they don't usually act that way, or maybe it's a temporary situation, if they seem like they're just not responding to you, just distance yourself from them for a little while. I feel like that will make a very, very positive effect here. It's almost like when I feel bear, like if you push bear, if you push a bear, they will defend what they feel they need to. So if this person just seems to be distant or doesn't want to seem to communicate, let them be. It's almost like you're asking for a problem here if you push them too hard. They're just not in that place where they want to talk. The moon is popping out. It was face down. The moon is telling me this can go either way. Like if you push on them, they're going to fight back. They're going to give you a hard time. You don't have negative intention, so I'm not saying that. But they're going to give you a hard time because they don't want to talk about something they feel you're pushing. If you just let them be, it feels like this will work out a lot better. Because either way, whatever way this turns out, because the moon card is saying it's a mystery, which way is it going to go? You can either push or not push. The hiccups are coming constantly. Like there's some stress here. This person is just not in the mood. There's something with them where they just don't want to get along. They don't want to talk about something. They may have misinformation towards you. Be aware of that. By saying misinformation towards you, they might think you have a part of the problem, or you're a part of the problem. They may think of you as a part of the problem, if I can spit it out correctly. But you're not, and they need time to see that. They need time to see that on their own. So if they're not talking to you, maybe they seem like they're angry with you, let them sort it out, because there's misinformation here. They need time to figure out what really happened, and then it'll come forward on its own. Which I feel like when I'm feeling that Scorpio energy, like, no, if somebody doesn't know what really happened, I want to explain to them what really did happen. But I feel like that's not going to work in this situation. They need to see the truth on their own. So no matter what way this goes, if you push and try to help them or get involved with this, or if you just kind of let that go to the side for a while, it's going to take some time either way for this to kind of cool down or move on. This doesn't have to be an argument, but I'm feeling like there's a potential for it. And if this person has misinformation, they need time to really soak it in and think about, wait a minute, did that really happen? Wait a minute, who says that happened? Let me see some proof on this. Because I feel like there's no proof. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything wrong. They just need some time to figure it out. But somebody might have really started really giving them a hard time, so they're a little confused and a little bit with that. They're a little confused with that. The next card coming in is the Peacock, which says, let it shine. The moment will come back where things get rectified, where there's some talking going on about this, but the Peacock is telling me there's a lot of fun here. So it's almost like it's a good moment. Hopefully there was nothing bad that happened. Like, hopefully there was no argument here before, but if there was, even then, when you come back together with this person, it's during a good time, and it's almost kind of like, oh, I thought this and that was wrong, and I see you kind of like letting things slide. So if you did bring it forward and it became an argument, I actually see you letting it slide, kind of like, well, what's going on around me? I'd rather have fun than argue, so yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to let it go because I'd rather do this anyway. If you didn't say anything and they might be coming forward saying, well, I heard some information and I found out it was wrong. They might be just giving you some heads up, like, just so you know, this was an issue. Somebody thought you were a part of it. I realized that you weren't, so I've squelched that, but I figured you should know that, this is going on and that's going on. Because you're in a spot where you just want to get along and you're absorbing information more than anything else. It's a good moment. It's a happy moment. You're letting it go. Depending on how it happened before this is how it's happening here. So if it turned into an argument for some reason, they're telling you they found out the truth and you're letting it go. If it wasn't an argument, you just kind of like, they don't seem to want to be around me, I'm just going to let them be, and you walked away. Later they're going to come forward and be like, oh, I had some misinformation and I found out about that. I feel like they're going to say they squelched it, but they wanted you to know what was really going on. That way, in case it affects you in a different way, you know what's happening. Okay, so we got this far. This is where the secret comes in. You got the King of Swords with the Five of Swords. The King of Swords says what he wants. He's very smart, very skilled. Don't get caught up in the gender. Whoever this person is, very skilled, knows what to say, when to say it. If they want to keep a secret, they can keep a secret. Even if they seem like they can't. It's almost funny, because people who seem like they can't keep secrets, when push comes to shove, they usually can if they really want to. What they're holding the secret about is about the Queen of Cups with the Nine of Wands. Somebody's holding a grudge. That's the first thing I'm getting from this. Somebody's holding a grudge and there's problems. Somebody's holding a problem. It's almost like somebody heard something incorrectly, and I feel like somebody's holding a grudge against you. And people are trying to, this is the secret they're trying to hold back. They don't want you to know because they're trying to fix it, because somebody's not letting go of information. Like, they think that what they heard was the truth and it wasn't, and they're still holding on to something that's false information. People are trying to keep that away from you, because they're trying to solve this. They're trying to put this back into perspective before it becomes really a big problem. They're not really sure what telling you is going to do to make it better. It could make it worse, and that's what they're afraid of. But they're also not sure what they're going to need to do to get this other person to back off with this false information, because I feel like there's people constantly trying to talk about this. The environment is working well, and I feel like the environment is going positive for you, but this person who's holding this grudge might not be your friend anyway. And I think that's the catch-22. It's somebody you don't like anyway. And it's somebody that you don't like them, and they probably don't like you. You just don't get along. So the fact that they're holding this grudge, other people are trying to work on it because they just don't want this person creating extra problems where they don't need to. And I'm getting the energy towards you is the Nine of Cups. This is towards you. Everybody around you seems to be very happy with you at this point. They just don't want problems where there doesn't need to be problems. So they're trying to squelch this energy. Ironically, it comes forward anyway. The Devil card pops in. Whoever this is holding the grudge that people are trying to calm down or get out of the situation or get them to just zip it about the whole situation, Some of them don't even care what this person thinks. They just want them to shut up about it. That's pretty much it. But they come forward. This person starts causing problems. So it's dormant around you. People are trying to hide it from you because they don't want it to become an actual problem. They don't think you like this person anyway, is what I'm getting. This person doesn't like you. Why have a problem over it? Why make an issue? But this person has decided they're going to make a problem. They do finally push it forward. The situation itself, the people in the environment are trying to squelch it. They're very much trying to squelch it. They don't want a big argument. It's almost like you have a friend and it's the friend's sibling or the friend's wife or the friend's husband or somebody like that, or friend's boyfriend, friend's girlfriend, something like that. It's something like you have your friend or you have your connection. Maybe it's a family member. You have your connection there and it's somebody connected to them. It's like you don't really care about that other person, but they're always a part of the situation because they're tied in with this other person. So, and people are trying to squelch it. They're like, we don't all need to be arguing. We don't need to make this a problem. You see it for what it is, and you're kind of like, well, I care about my friend, or I care about my sibling, whoever this person, I care about this person, whoever this is. I don't care about that person that's connected to them. So if they're over there saying stuff, I don't care what they think. They don't matter to me. I can already see that's why people over here are arguing, because they don't believe it. The people that I care about don't believe this ridiculousness. So you're holding your ground. You're not going to back down. But at the same time, you're like, if I don't need to go towards it, I'll just let it be, because that person doesn't mean anything to me. My friend, my sibling, my relative, they mean something to me. But this other person, I don't care what they think. I really don't. So you seem to be holding back. And there are, for some of you, that might be advice. Hold it back so that the people you care about don't have extra stress. It's about this other person who's not really a part of the group, is also what I'm getting, is causing problems. Now, as you keep going forward, it's kind of like whoever was holding this grudge, I feel like you're seeing them a little clearer. You're kind of like, it doesn't matter if there's truth or not. If they find something to cause a problem for you about, they just seem to do it. Doesn't matter if it's reality or not. They just want to be a problem. They just want to create problems. They're going to create problems. You got the frog spirit with the groundhog. Like, you're adaptive to the situation, but I also feel like with the groundhog connecting with the frog, it's kind of like, this person, you don't have time for this. I also feel like you might be pushing back, for example, if it's a sibling or relative, whatever, and it's their partner. I feel like you might go forward and tell them, like, listen, I'm not looking to cause problems for that person. We can be in the same room. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to be buddy-buddy with that person, but I'm not going to, like, search them out or cause problems. If they try to cause problems with me, I'm only going to tolerate that so far, but I'm leaving that up to you to get that under control. And I feel like you might be informing somebody of that. Like, listen, I don't want to make your life hard. And I'm not going to search that person out. I'm not going to make life hard for them. I can exist in the same room. I can smile and nod. I'm not going to be their best buddy. I don't really want to. But I'm not going to cause an issue. But if they cause issues for me, I'm only going to tolerate that so long. You need to keep that under control. And I feel like you're telling this, whoever this is, or it could be a friend's partner, whoever, something connected like that. When you do that, you're handing over the power to someone else. But this seems very good. It's kind of like, listen, that should be your issue. That should not be my issue. That should be your issue. You handle it. I don't want it to be my issue. They are taking control of the situation, and this is going to create some changes. This is really smart. If you weren't going to go this way, it's either you were going to go this way, or this is advice on how to handle it. Because when you hand it over to this person, it causes some changes. It pushes energy. It pushes a lot of pressure back on the person holding grudges and causing problems, because you already said that you're not looking to cause problems. You're fine. You'll be in the same room. You don't care. You don't even care. It's fine. Whatever. You're putting that energy forward. So if a problem starts and this other person starts going off at the mouth for some reason, I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure towards them to simmer down or to calm down or to knock it off, because people are going to look at you like, well, the Scorpio's not looking to cause problems. They could, and we know the Scorpio. If the Scorpio wanted to, you wouldn't be guessing. You would know, because they don't hide that stuff. They put it right out there, and they're not. So if the other person is causing issues, people are going to kind of be like, listen, you need to calm down, don't cause problems here, and you won't have to deal with it very much. And I feel like that's a lot easier for you. It could also create different changes. If somebody's a problem, and maybe they cause problems for a few different people, their connection to this group might change. So this could cause a change in the long run, where this person might be removed, if they're considered a shit starter, honestly. Because by you stepping back like this and handing the power over to someone else, this person holding the grudge, they can't blame you for things. They can't say you're the one causing this. They can't do that because you've already come forward and said this, and people are watching and they know you. These are people who know you. If you really have a problem, you're not going to pull punches about it. You're just going to be like, listen, here's the problem, and we can go right for it. You're not doing it. So handling this way, I feel like this is smart. If you just kind of hand the power over to them, you're going to be surprised at the positive changes you will see. I actually feel like this isn't that hard for you. I know Scorpio is one who, like, if it needs to be done, they just do it. But in this situation, I don't feel like this is that hard for you to hand that over because you don't really want to deal with it anyway. So it works out. I feel like it really works out. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.